So I finished up really working just the mornings at the Navy Hospital. Now the Navy Hospital was obviously budget conscious as well. And they started bringing back the requirements of medical prescription and medical referral. So they put the onus back on me that I was not to treat a patient without coming from a doctor. Now patients go to the doctors see them and prescribe them Voltaren. I wish I had shares in the Voltaren factory. Come back and see us. And I would not get to see a patient, say with a severely sprained ankle, for maybe 10 or 14 days, which was just ludicrous. And I said so, but that didn't help. This was the requirement. And then when I finally got a referral, I got a referral for 2 treatments and had to go back to the doctor. Well, I'd spent my early professional life fighting all of this nonsense. And I got to the stage where I professionally could not work in this sort of environment. One of the doctors was good and recognised the situation, but the others were uniformed, and this was what it was. These were the rules. Rules are rules, and this is the way it will be. And that was the way I had to do it. So I went up to the management and said, well, look, I'm not terribly happy about that. And by the way, I haven't renegotiated my fee for the last 9 years, if you don't mind. I think it's time we talked about that. And they said, oh, it's very timely. We were going to talk to you about the fact that we need to advertise your job and put it out to tender again, because this is business management, good business management. I've been there 13 years at that stage. I said, oh, is that so? Yeah, obviously, wink, wink, nod, nod, you put your tender in, and but it's just something we've got to do. I said, oh, okay, fine. Give me the papers when you've got them. Okay, so at the end of, it was about November or October, they came down with this bunch of papers, and I said, oh, I'll have a look at them tonight, and went home and started filling them out, name, address, and all that sort of drama. And then it got down to the requirements, you will this, you will that, and you will the other, and then there was this other list of requirements about you will not treat without a referral, you will not, and all that sort of stuff. And I just looked at my wife, put my pen down, and said, I cannot fill this paper in. And I didn't. I went back to them the next day and said, that's fine, I'm not putting in my, oh, aren't you? I said, no, I cannot work like this. I will be leaving at the end of the financial year, or sorry, at the end of the technical year, and when the Navy, they call it retard, breaks up. That was the 15th of December, I still remember the date, 2001. And so that was my removal from the Navy Hospital, and basically at that stage we had also sold, and we had agreed to move off, and we were gone to live in the Coromandel. But that was, sort of full circle as far as I was concerned, and I just couldn't handle, I could not work under those circumstances as a professional physiotherapist. As for filling out ACC forms and signing those, well, that was never going to happen there. So that was the parting of the ways, so to speak. I had thought, where our plans originally were, that we would go to our beach place, build a house, which we did. And I thought at that stage, well, we like travelling, I'll go to England, I've got a registration there, I upgraded it, I got all my extra flu jabs and whatever they required, and police reports, and but at least I had been registered. I had a Dutch passport, so I didn't have to claim to be under 32 years of age or whatever the cut-off figure was. I could work there as of right, and I got a job there as a locum, which didn't work. It actually cost me money to work because I didn't get enough work in this, doing this locum, and the cost of living and running a car. It was a great experience, it was a great holiday, but work-wise it was no good. And that was exactly the time, 2002, that we came back from that the Health Professions Competency Act started coming in, and England was also introducing the same business. And the thought of needing to remain competent and do all the requirements to remain competent just didn't sit comfortably with me, just to go back to do this couple of months locum work, as it were, in England. And dare I say it, well, not my experience even 10 years ago, that a first-year physiotherapist would do a better job over in... Anyway, that's better not slag him too much. The quality of treatment that I witnessed was not terribly good by and large. So to remain competent to go over to England or wherever in Europe, because as I say, I had the passport that gave me access, just didn't work, you know. So that was the end of... I did it once, it was good, but that was the end of physiotherapy. So at this stage I'm actually unregistered. I deregistered about 2 years ago. Still a retired member of the Physiotherapy Society, but in terms of physiotherapy involvement, of course, that's all now gone.